hard to imagine the day-to-day stress experienced by police officers and the effect on mental and physical health. And it may be equally hard to grasp the shock and trauma of being mistreated by police. Well, one man we encountered has had both experiences. Now he's found a way to come to terms with these events, finding a measure of inner peace and sharing it with the world.
1, 2, hop, hop.
Martesse Gilliam is leading a fight for fitness.
Ha, 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 uppercuts right here. Go, 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 go.
Co-founding a workout studio in Orange, New Jersey, just before the pandemic hit.
Yeah, so good.
Outdoors and now socially distanced, he combines boxing
Ha, 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 ha.
and yoga
Slowly walk back with the palm of your hands.
to help clients achieve balance in body, mind, and spirit.
I am strong. I am healthy.
They started to call me the Zen boxer.
Finding peace came out of his days as a peace officer with the Plainfield, New Jersey Police Department. He joined in 2009 when he was 23.
My dad was a police officer, about 26 years, retired as a captain. I have an uncle that just retired last year from the New Jersey State Police. So they both inspired me to be police officers. I was ahead of the class. I left the academy class with a few different awards. I won the driving award. I had won the physical training Red Brick Award, excellent duty awards. So I was in good standing throughout the first 2 years.
But while celebrating a birthday with his girlfriend in 2010, Gilliam was arrested outside a nightclub in the town of Bloomfield, New Jersey.
Somebody throws and spits something into my vehicle. So I was violated. I got out of my driver's side. I went over to this officer with the intent to ask for service. He looks at me and starts to be like, whoa, wait a second. Like, where are you coming from? So I'm like, all right, look, I'm a police officer as well. And then it seemed like that triggered something. He gets upset, looks me up and down. You're getting arrested. 2 officers grab me. I'm not resisting at all. I get placed in handcuffs. Somebody slams my head up against the door. They start punching me all over my body. I go into the police department completely humiliated.
The officers involved dispute his description, but 2 years later, a jury acquitted him of assault on a police officer and resisting arrest. A trial judge, however, found him guilty of driving while intoxicated, a charge he still denies. He sued Bloomfield Police for using excessive force and settled out of court. He returned to his job for another 3 years.
I was immediately asked to come back to work, and that's how I started back. It was like, all right, right back, here's your bulletproof vest, here's your gun, let's go shoot.
No time to process.
No time to process anything.
No time to decompress.
No.
What did that do to you?
It was difficult. I was definitely a different officer. I listened to orders and did all that people asked, and I wanted to give my best effort of being a police officer. But then you see things that happen on the job that's just, are wrong. And I wasn't the extreme case to snap, but it gets to that point.
Yoga helped you through that?
Absolutely, because it helped me regulate my emotions and regulate my mental and be with myself and accept what is.
Gilliam was in therapy but had trouble healing until a friend of his suggested trying yoga.
All too often we hear the stories of people that don't come out on the other side.
He made it his full-time job in 2019, teaming with retired Verizon executive Michelle Swintonberg to start Brawl Studio. It stands for Be Relentless with Life.
For someone to go through what he went through and then come through it and still want to help other people, I think that speaks a lot to the person that he is.
Hey, there we go. Come on. Bang. Bang.
So Martesse has a calm. Actually, he has this, what I love is the boxing and the yoga together.
There's so much going on right now outside of our heads.
Yoga, I think, gives you a moment to breathe.
To connect with the breath.
Which I think just in our fast-paced lives we don't get to do.
That signature combo, boxing and yoga, speaks volumes.
Yes.
In the beginning of the class, I'm taking you up, getting the heart rate up, you to give all the effort that you can, want you to feel as strong as you possibly can, and then you're sweaty, and then I get you to connect to your heart.
Exhale, child's pose. Bring a big toe to touch, move through your tabletop.
People bring their palms together, and I would say certain affirmations.
If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
Like your love, your kindness, and compassion all come from your heart. but your courage, your bravery, your strength all come from the same place. All right, I want the energy up.
You wouldn't have that mindset without the yoga. You'd be all in fight mode. This allows you to take out that aggression and then bring that level of calmness.
Inhale in and release.
Without it, where would you be?
Without finding a practice, I don't know where I would be. I would probably be depressed. I would probably may have been one of the people to snap or go off. I wouldn't be in a place where I'm at peace and joy.
This 34-year-old believes it can help in healing and training officers who protect and serve.
Double time 1, 2.
I want the best for police officers. I truly feel that the training are setting officers up, from my experience, to not win. I truly believe that some type of martial arts discipline practice and yoga practice consistently throughout your entire career can help a person just regulate their emotions.
For police officers,
for anyone. I think that being trained gives you a certain confidence that you don't need to go grabbing for your gun.
And that's the key. You know, I first heard Martesse's story about 2 years ago when I took one of his classes. And when I saw what happened to George Floyd, I immediately thought of him. And remember that Dave Chappelle 846 stand-up that he did. He talked about how police officers who had seen bad things done and then reported them, what happened to them, some of them being fired from the force, and how they took it internally and snapped as a result. That's what he was describing. He says, I don't want my fellow officers, my former fellow officers, to have to go through this. It would be so wonderful if they found what I found. And so that's why I thought it was important to tell this story.
Yeah, and I love that he also says for anyone, not just for police, but certainly you can see that.
I mean, you've taken yoga, I know.
Yeah, and actually I wish that class was here in New York, because boxing and yoga combined, you're right, the woman in the piece that said you get that aggression out and then you center yourself.
Let's do it. All right.